Hey, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Welcome back to another quick chat conversation. We is live, honey. Listen, we have to talk about this Tasha K situation being sued yet again. Uh, by I feel like a person that's bigger than damn Cardi B, to be honest with you, which is Kevin Hart, who do not play about his motherfucking coin high key. Okay. This man does not play, y'all. This is some, I was like, girl, what didn't happen now when I saw this? Because, it's been a lot of different people that's been throwing out, lawsuits and stuff. Y'all know Bishop tried to sue Tasha, or said he was going to sue Tasha for all this money or whatever it was. I don't even know what happened with that. So I ain't even know how to really take his lawsuit. I don't even know if it's still active or what. But I feel like this ain't the only suit. But when you attach it to a big name like Kevin Hart, BITCH, it's getting real. It's getting real. It's getting real like it was real with the Cardi situation. It's what it's really giving. It's a giving. I ain't got no coin, so he gonna have to get this air. Okay, how I'm supposed to breathe with no air? I don't know, bitch, but you are going to have to figure it out. You are. Okay, because he gonna need that air up out your ass for sure. Very interesting. Okay, what's going on, everybody over here in the chat? Shout out to you guys. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all are here, so I do appreciate it. Make sure you guys are coming in and you are supporting the channel by liking the video. Now, before we really get into a few things, you know what I'm saying, I want to go over to her page so that we can check out clips, because Tasha has been dropping clips of the interview that she did with his assistant. So for everybody that's confused, Kevin Hart has issued a lawsuit, okay, to Miss Tasha K, as well as his former personal assistant. I believe her name is Maisha Shakes or something like that. So he has issued a lawsuit because she recently sat down with Tasha K and did a very exclusive interview where she gave some very interesting details, girl, about him and all of that. Now, why she did that, girl, I don't know. If you know that you signed a NDA or whatever like that, like, why is you coming to the front giving this man tea out like you wasn't gonna get your sued? Girl, we are going to get into a few things. So let me go ahead and just get that up on the screen for y'all so we could just listen to these clips to see. Because Tasha said, by any means necessary, I'm gonna need y'all to head over there to the website so y'all can check it out. But shout out to her for dropping these clips, okay? Because we can pretty much get the gist of what's being said for real, from these clips. So let's check some of this stuff out.
And RHOP, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to lose my job. But I was getting anxiety because I was like, we're going through scandal after scandal. If he cheats on Aniko and she's pregnant with her second baby, if this gets out, it's becoming obvious.
So the first scandal was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals in the office.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct. With her second baby.
And he's still.
Correct.
According to you.
Yes.
According to you.
Yes.
Not according to you.
Yes.
Leaving semen stains all over the couch at the Heartbeat studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home.
Girl, what? I didn't hear this part. Now, wait a minute, girl. Leaving what kind of stains on the couch now?
I'm like.
Yes, and how I know for sure.
Oh, girl,
he showered and left.
Is he playing basketball or something?
No, he's sleeping with people in the office, and he's showering, and he's going home. And at the time, because Kevin added a shower in his office, and that was not legal because the wall that they put up, you had to have like a certain type of shower wall.
Yeah.
So that wasn't supposed to be there.
Because I'm like, is it hot in the office? Is he sweating?
Right. So I had to clean his bathroom and his office. So I had to make it look nice, and I had to clean. I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm not the maid. I don't want to clean this up. So I had to clean that up. And then the towels I would just throw in the trash can because I'm like, he's not going to reuse this trash. Meaning these towels.
It was semen on the towels?
Oh, it was. I don't know what was on the towels, but I do know that he took a shower and he put them in the bin. I was keeping everything under wraps. I didn't want to say anything because I knew that this was going on. But the parking attendant and the security ladies, they gave me a call. And I already knew what was going on, but I didn't know it was obvious. But a lawyer in the elevator did ask me. He was like, oh, Aniko is here. He was like, Kevin's wife is here. And I was like, it's your car. She ain't here. Aniko drives all white cars. Kevin drives all black cars.
Okay.
She ain't here. Who was he talking about? And he was like, oh, I saw Kevin go out with this lady. And I'm like, no. So parking called me And they were like, hey, Maisha, we just wanted to let you know in security. There's this lady who's really beautiful, and there's a couple of them. And I was like, well, I know of one. I don't know of two.
Okay.
And they've been coming to the office, and it's becoming pretty obvious that something is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how do I tell Kevin this? Because I already know what's going on. Because I had to walk out and not see this TV that was being hung on my wall. I had to leave. I reached out to Tracy, his designer, and I texted her. I said, hey, parking attendant and the security lady at the desk, they are witnessing women coming up with Kevin, and they're beautiful. She was like, oh my gosh. And so I find the girl and I sent her the picture. Parking is like, that's the main girl who he's always here with. She drives a black Range Rover. She's a flight attendant. She used to be a flight attendant on his flight, and she was given more than just some flight attendants. Told Nico.
What you telling Nico?
I text her, and I was heated when I quit because they were shorting me my check. They weren't giving me my overtime.
Okay.
I was working all around the clock, and I always had to be available. Couldn't prepare dinner, no nothing.
Okay.
So I was just really upset.
Ma'am, you signed up to be a personal assistant. I hate to say it. That's kind of what comes with the territory. Now you mad? You was upset? I mean, I guess, girl. I mean, we all do sign up for jobs, and they be doing the most, girl, because we ain't sign up for that shit. So anyway, let me just let her, let me let her do her big one and keep talking, girl. Talk yourself into this lawsuit.
And I had major anxiety, and I told Nico, I said, I just wanted to let you know that Kevin is sleeping with the girl in the office. I sent her a picture.
Yeah, first of all, that's some vindictive ass shit. I don't care what nobody talking about. Girl, that is some vindictive. But then, is it really? Would y'all equate her quitting and not getting her just due, right, from her job? Would y'all equate her quitting, being upset, snitching him out, to quitting your job and deleting all the damn files that they that they ass gonna need? That they ass gonna need to further do the projects at the job? Would y'all equate those to the same damn thing? Because Miss Mamas was pissed the fuck off and said, you know what, I'm gonna fuck this whole thing up, period. Okay, y'all let me know in the comments.
Of the girl, and I sent her a picture of the couch, but not the stains.
Ooh! Is that the text?
Look, hi, Mr. Hart. Do you have 5 minutes today so I can go over a few things with you? So this is at 6 p.m.
Okay.
June 26, 2020. I was getting major anxiety during this time.
Yeah.
And he was like, tried you back. So I called him and I was like, are you alone? Are you by yourself? And I was like, are you with Nico? He was like, mine. What? Damn. And I said, people in the office think that this girl, Mix Morgan, is an escort.
That's her Instagram. Hold on for a second.
I sent him that.
She's gorgeous.
So after a while, what was being done with it to Nico, I was just over it. I knew that this was going on, but the parking attendant and the security.
I did hear about this story. So Kevin was drinking and driving.
Correct.
Okay. And there were two other people in the car.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the second person was in the car. I don't know about that.
Okay. But I do know somebody was hurt.
Yes.
Okay. Kevin switched seats.
Correct.
And then that person, I guess, went to the hospital and stuff like that. But in order to avoid getting a DUI, it was reported that he basically switched seats and paid the guy to take the rap for drinking and driving.
Correct. $4 million.
Damn.
Big.
I need $4 million right now.
Me too.
Yes, you do.
Kevin, I'll take the rap.
We gonna spin and kill. I'm gonna give you a different type of rap. Hold on.
I did hear about this story. So Kevin was drinking and driving.
Correct.
Okay. And there were two other people in the car.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the second person was in the car. I don't know about that.
Okay. But I do know somebody was hurt.
Yes.
Okay. Kevin switched seats.
Correct.
And then that person, I guess, went to the hospital and stuff like that. But in order to avoid getting a DUI, it was reported that he basically switched seats and paid the guy to take the rap for drinking and driving.
Correct. $4 million.
Damn. I need $4 million right now.
Me too.
Kevin, I'll take the rap.
He should have called me. I would have been there.
I would take the rap. Just give it right over to my creditor.
Right.
Oh, how did you know about the transaction, though?
Jared came into the office. That was the first night Kevin met him. No one knew of Jared at all. That was the first time he's ever been around Kevin. We were like, why would Kevin let him drive his car? This doesn't make any sense. And he was like, hey, Maisha, I want to introduce you to my friend, Jared. And I was like, why do I know this guy? And I'm like, I I know this guy from somewhere. And I was like, that's Jared Black from the car accident. And I was like, I want to punch him in the face.
I did hear about this story. So Kevin was... So the cheating, what have you witnessed besides everybody seeing the tape? What have you witnessed though? Personal assistant?
I witnessed, there's a blonde girl who has this pretty curly hair. She's light skinned, skinny. I think she's probably black and white, black and Spanish or something. She has like this fluffy natural hair. He bought her in the office and she drives a Range Rover. That's how I know who it is. And Kevin drives his different cars. She comes into the office, and when he introduced her to me, he said that she was his model for Hustle Hart, taking the Hustle Hart supplements and, posting them. Oh,
gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
And what'd you say?
Kevin and I, we shared an office. Kevin bought the entire floor. One side was Laugh Out Loud, one side was Heartbeat. And so he had the office, and then it was this big office, like the size of this room. And right here was my office. Right here was his office. He had a middle table, the conference room, and a bathroom, his dressing room, and a kitchen. I came in one day. I don't know if anything happened, but there was somebody in his office, and I was heading to mine because somebody just put a TV
you got there
on my
early.
wall. Correct. Someone was supposed.
We have over 300 people in the chat at this time. Please be sure to like up the video.
Also put a TV on my wall.
Okay.
And I came in and I walked right back out, and I was like, whatever is happening in there, I know it's not good. I didn't see anything, but I left.
You heard noises?
Yes. I don't know what kind of, but it was something happening. I knew who was in there.
Who?
The blonde girl.
Oh, he ain't even in hotel rooms. He said, fuck that. Last time I got caught up in a hotel room, fuck this shit.
And that's why he wanted a shower. And he told his designer that he needed a new couch. And I told his designer, I said he needed a new couch because he wanted to fuck on his couch. That's what he needs it, because the one that you got in there is not comfortable enough to be pounding some cheeks. That's why he needs a new couch.
So the cheating, what have you witnessed?
Girl, not Tasha's. Not this food. Not this fool sitting up here in this man's office talking about me watching my exclusive interview from Kevin Hart's assistant in this man's studio space. Girl, this shit is incriminating yourself even more in my personal. Okay, now you may have been there on business to discuss some things, but he gonna use this in court against you to say, hey, listen, ma'am, this is when she came down to my office, and this is when they had tried to extort me for the money, Your Honor. Okay, and he gonna screen. Let me tell you, girl, they screenshotted this shit 1 second after you posted it, and it will be used as Exhibit Z on the list of evidence. Okay. Understand, but let's keep going. What else do you have?
The machine you worked for was the Harts.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Aniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to talk and protect themselves. But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
When did things start to turn up around there?
The extortionist. I'm listening to Mario on the radio in the morning. I almost crashed my car because I heard him say that Kevin's best friend, JT Jackson, had set him up
in exchange for millions of dollars.
All the charges were dropped against JT, but they weren't dropped against Kevin.
They redug up, I guess, old LGBTQ jokes or something.
Correct.
That he was saying on Twitter, and they wanted him to apologize, and he said, fuck you.
Haley is his publicist, so she called me. She was just like, hey, Maisha, have you spoken to Kevin? I was like, no. I was like, Dave Becky just called me, his manager. Why? And then she was like, the whole Oscar thing, Kevin needs to say an apology. He's about to lose Nike.
The first scandal was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct. With her second baby.
And he's still leaving semen stains all over the counter at the Heartbeat studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home. Like,
I told Aniko, like, Kevin is cheating on you with a girl named Nick Snorgan. She's his flight attendant. She's on his planes.
Does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
His game is poker.
He gambled y'all money away and had to pay y'all half checks?
Yes. Exactly. It was Leland. Leland was messing with our money. But I said, here she is.
Oh, she got it. She on vacation every day. When you see a bitch and all she do is post vacation pictures with no nigga beside her, the nigga taking the picture. He's like, nah, baby. Girl, you know I'm gonna take the pictures for you as many angles as you want, but I can't to ensure he don't go up in these motherfucking photos.
Right, Nico, I love you. I'm not gonna speak bad on her.
Aniko's pretty.
Aniko's my girl.
I'm gonna let the winos judge. I'm gonna put up a side by side wife versus alleged side bitch.
I love Aniko.
The machine.
Girl, that is some messy shit. Girl, you know you getting your ass sued. Y'all know how that lady said in What's Love Got to Do with It? When the lady was getting a perm, I think it was Anna Mae getting that perm, and that girl took her hair out because she left the color in there too long or the relaxer in there too long. That girl said, you know you need joy. Girl, that's what it's giving. You know you getting your ass sued, girl. You know he finna take your coin, ma'am. And I'm talking about Miss Maisha or Misha or whatever the hell her name is, girl. It is a wrap. Do you understand? Okay. But let's go ahead and get into this article over here on page 6. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen over here. All right. They're saying Kevin Hart sues controversial YouTuber Tasha K for extortion. Kevin Hart is suing controversial YouTuber Latasha K for extortion after she allegedly threatened to release a bombshell interview with his former assistant unless he paid her a 6-figure ransom. Now, according to a lawsuit obtained by Page 6 Wednesday, K sat down with the actor's former assistant Maisha Shakes in November of 2023 to record an interview in which the latter made false and defamatory statements regarding Hart. Now, the comedian, who's 44, claims that after the interview, an alleged affiliate of K called his team and threatened to publish the interview unless Hart paid a ransom of $250,000. Girl, why are we using the word ransom? Girl, Oh, ransom? I guess, is that what they call it, child? Ransom? I be thinking they holding a person hostage, but I guess they holding your tea hostage. So I be pay the people $250K. Girl, not y'all to call this man. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know what's true. I was not there. I'm only reading the article from Page 6. But what I can say is one thing Kevin Hart gonna do, he gonna call out some extortion. He's going to bring a person down about some extortion. You understand what I'm saying? If he can't get you in no other format, it's going to be because of the extortion. You understand? Hear what I say. Let's keep going. All right. Now, at the time, they allegedly warned Hart that the stories told, which had to do with his marriage and business dealings, would be damaging to his reputation. They go on to say K then posted a teaser for the interview in which she and Shakes allegedly touted the supposedly salacious and damaging nature of the interview as a threat to Hart for not paying the ransom. The teaser included a statement from K at the 2:06 mark of the video, specifically warning that when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. This is according to the lawsuit. All right. Now, at that point, all right, they're saying that Kevin's team allegedly contacted the police and sent the YouTuber a cease and desist letter, noting that Shakes had previously signed a NDA as well as a confidentiality agreement while working with Hart from 2017 until 2020. Yet on December 22nd, K allegedly told Hart that she would be posting the full interview, which went live that evening on her subscription-based website. Girl, this man has set up. Whew. Girl, I don't know how you did not know this man was not going to sue you. I don't know how you did not. I don't knock. Who's there? You with your come here. I don't know how you did not know this man was. You know what? You knew. You didn't give a damn. Tasha don't give a fuck. Tasha like, bitch, I ain't got no money. You already see what the hell going on with Cardi. What the fuck make you think I care? I ain't got shit to lose at this point. So it's really, this really where we at with it, bitch. This really what, I mean, what's up? Sue me. Oh, girl. Yikes. He is suing the online personality for extortion after she allegedly threatened to post a damaging interview unless he paid her $250,000. Now, in the interview, Shakes touched on several legal disputes in which he had been involved and alleged that the father of four has a gambling addiction and is a habitual cheater. The actor is now suing both women for extortion and invasion of privacy. Shout out to Cardi B. He is also suing Shakes for breach of contract and defamation. Meanwhile, he is also trying to get Kibi for intentional interference with contractual relations. He sure the hell is, according to the documents that I done read. Because I was over here like, how you trying to get this lady to sit up here and pay for an NDA that she never signed? So in the documents, he's really reinforcing that she knew. And the girl referenced the NDA more than one time. So Tasha knew about the NDA, yet she didn't care, disregarded it, and still wanted to press forward with that. I don't think he has a ground to stand on with that, to me, because I feel like she didn't sign the NDA. The person that did is over here. You have to hold them accountable for their stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I do kind of feel like if extortion really did happen and you recorded that call and all of that, you might have them on that. You know, it just really depends. You might have them on that. They're saying reps for Hart and Kibi did not immediately respond to page 6 request for a comment. However, seemingly in response to the filing, the controversial influencer reposted her interview with Shakes on her Instagram. Girl, this is crazy. And of course, they go on to let us know that this is not Tasha K's first time being in trouble with the law, as she did lose the lawsuit to Cardi B. Okay, so that is what this article is pretty much saying, the remainder of it. All right, now that's just crazy to me. Like, see, that's why girl, I ain't ever trying to break nobody's stories, but I tell y'all that all the time. Girl, I just rather somebody else break them and I just come over here and just get my little piece of commentate about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not built like that. But it's a given, you know, for the people that want to break these stories. I guess, you know, that want to be in that arena or whatever. I guess Tasha K taking the lawsuits and taking the L's for y'all. L's is in lawsuits. She's taking the L's for y'all. So, I mean, good luck. I hate that is going on. Let me scoot over because I do want to get into what some of the people are saying now that this news has come to the front. Now that we are hearing that she is indeed being sued, I can't believe it. I'm like, girl, wow, Kevin Hart really suing you. And this is literally what, a year or two after you lost the lawsuit to Cardi B? Another major person who to me is bigger than Cardi B. I mean, maybe they on the same level. I don't know. He's been around longer than her, so I feel like more people know him than they may know Cardi. I don't know, but his money is very long too. That's rough. Let's get into what some of the people are saying over here on Twitter. Someone says, unfortunately, Tasha K and countless other bloggers have set a poor precedent in entertainment journalism. A lot of them revere and bow down to Wendy Williams, as they should. But the key difference is Wendy is a trained and formally educated journalist. That is true. Tasha K was a 35-year-old nosy, loud waitress who one day decided to get on Facebook and discuss celebrity business she had no way of confirming. Whoa, well, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. All right, well, let's go ahead and get going. All right, someone else says, I'm not a fan of Tasha K. All right, I think most of the SHI that she says be lies, but I don't know. This SHI with Kevin Hart's assistant, the stuff that she was saying sound like it could be true to me. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's suing for real. Girl, listen. She damn sure didn't sound like she was lying. I tell you that. And him suing her confirms that she was indeed his assistant. And with that, I mean, it's only going to add validity to her claims of people feeling like, damn, she must be telling the truth. I mean, she really did work for him. Girl, she is a scorned employee and she's on their ass. And he's like, I'm on your ass right back financially. Let's keep going. Someone else says Tasha K and other bloggers are not journalists and shouldn't be treated as such. When you don't know the ethics and legalities of how to report stories, SHI like this happens. If you're building an online medium, at minimum, get media training so you don't get sued. Okay, I will say this: I do think that she has a point, but I also feel like you could get as much media training as you want to and still likely get sued. Okay. There are a lot of networks that have journalists on platforms, and those networks have been sued, okay, for running stories and reports. So, it just depends. But definitely be careful with your words and how you go about handling stuff. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and keep going. Someone else says, say what you want about Tasha K. She is exposing these celebrities and they hate it. Y'all think TMZ don't get sued? I definitely believe TMZ gets sued for sure. I do believe that. Someone else says, wow, I've been off the blogging scene for a minute, but I didn't see Kevin Hart suing Tasha K on my bingo card. YouTube is going to eventually restrict entertainment blogging if she keeps screwing up. Well, not necessarily. I don't think they're going to do away with entertainment blogging at all. They make too much money off of all the different content that's on their platform, so that's not going to happen. What can't possibly happen, in my personal, you know what I'm saying? In my personal, what could possibly happen is the same thing that happened to Fresh and Fit podcast. Remember how those guys, they said a lot of crazy shit over there on their YouTube channel and stuff. I don't know if they constantly got flagged by viewers or what, but at some point, their channel was like demonetized, right? So that's what I am thinking could possibly happen. They could get to a point where they might, she might be too problematic. I don't know. And they might try and, demonetize her channel the same way those guys' channel, got demonetized. So not sure, but that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if she would really care because she does have her website. Right. So we would have to see. She got a backup channel too. I don't know when you get demonetized if you could even create another channel or whatever, or if they'll let you continue to operate off of that one or whatnot. But yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he is suing both of them. And let me go ahead and pull up something else for you guys because I do want to check out some of the lawsuit itself, okay, so that we can look and just see what they have. And I did kind of read through it already, and I just highlighted some stuff because I didn't really want to read everything. So let me get that up on the screen for you guys here. Okay, so we can get into some of the things that are being said throughout this lawsuit, because again, he is suing Maisha, who is his former assistant. He's also suing Tasha K. He's suing Tasha K. Well, he's suing Maisha because, of course, she breached, the contract, the confidentiality agreement, as well as the NDA. And he's trying to sue Tasha for her knowing about the NDA, but disregarding it and still wanting to press forward. And he's primarily suing her for extortion because, according to him, allegedly from his team, he's saying that Tasha K's team reached out to him and said, hey, we have this bombshell interview. We're going to drop it. If you don't want us to drop it, you're going to have to pay us for it. And he felt like that was extortion. And here we are. Okay. But here in this report, in this lawsuit, they're saying Hart is a comedian and actor who also is the CEO of Kevin Hart Entertainment and is authorized to act on the company's behalf. Okay. Plaintiffs are informed and believed and based thereon alleged. All right. Pretty much, let's skip to it. All right. The defendant, Maisha Shakes. Okay. They're saying beginning in or around August 8th of 2017 and continuing through October 22nd of 2020, Shakes was employed with Heartbeat Productions. Okay. She indeed was employed and she was Kevin Hart's assistant, which is exactly what it is that the girl said in the interview. Baby, this right here. Let's keep going. Okay. It looks like he's also suing, Latasha Kebe. What else are they saying here? Okay, they got her her locations and stuff listed. Looks like he's also suing Kebe Studios LLC. Okay, so not just Tasha. Same thing with Cardi B. Cardi B, from my understanding, sued Tasha and her company. Now I don't know if she still has Kebe Studios. I'm not sure, IDK, but that's what he listed. So that's what's here. All right. Now they're saying that Kibi has an established history of posting defamatory and otherwise improper content regarding celebrities. First instance, most recently, she was found liable for damages exceeding $3 million in a defamation lawsuit by Cardi B. Okay. I'm just telling y'all what the people seeing. All right. Let's skip down and see what else did I highlight that I wanted to get into. It looks like he's likely going to be suing for more than $25,000. Okay, during the course of this young lady's employment with Hart and Heartbeat, they're saying that Maisha, I don't know if her name is Misha or Maisha, but I'm gonna say Maisha, so forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. Okay, Shakes served as his personal assistant. In said capacity, they said that she was privy to certain confidential business and personal information regarding Hart, his family, friends, and associates. Okay, various Heartbeat personnel and employees at other Hart affiliated companies. As a result, Maisha appeared to be in a position to disseminate or confirm allegations about those persons and entities, regardless of their truth or the falsity. Okay. Now, upon her entering in employment entering into a employment relationship with Heartbeat, she and Heartbeat entered into a confidentiality agreement on August 8th. All right. That was in 2017. Now, this was confidential information. Okay. It included matters concerning the business operations, business ideas, know-how, techniques, methodologies. I said that's all methodologies. Girl, I said that's all wrong. And business relationships of any of the protected parties. All right. With protected parties defined to include Heartbeat's owner, its officers, everything pretty much. Okay. Y'all know what it is. Okay. Confidentiality agreement. She had access to a whole lot of everything. Child, that got to be. And then, bitch, anyway, on or around October 22nd, they said that she and Hart, on behalf of the Heartbeat affiliated companies, they said that that's when she signed the NDA. So she was getting ready to leave the company. As she said, she was leaving the company because they wasn't paying her all the money, right? She said that they didn't give her overtime and all of this and that. But according to this, when she signed that NDA, they gave her ass $30,000 per year for 3 years. So she done got about $90,000 out of these people. So did you get your $90,000 and decided that you was going to do an interview at the end of 2023 and thought that your NDA was up or some shit, and you thought that you could come to the front and you could just start talking about this man T? I feel like that's what you thought. I really feel like that's what you thought it was. And he done paid you $30,000, a total of $90,000 over the past 3 years. Girl. All right. Now they said that in this NDA, it also included like attorney fees. So if anybody violated the NDA, that person would be responsible for having to pay those attorney fees or whatever. So not only, because from what I read, and I'll go more into it as we get to the highlighted parts, but he also want that $90,000 back that he gave her. He want that $90,000 back. He also wants them to pretty much make a determination for some of the claims that he has, kind of like what they did with Cardi, where they kind of made a decision on, okay, this is what the damages are worth type thing. So it could exceed that $90,000 on top of his attorney fees. You have to be a stupid motherfucker to get sued on your day off. Like, bitch, you not even working for him. I can't take it. I wouldn't play with Kevin Hart like that. Girl, I used a video in my YouTube from his Instagram, and he shut that bitch down. Do you hear what I say? With the quickness. Kevin Hart, to me, don't be playing no games. Like, I wouldn't be playing like that. BITCH, do you think I'm finna come and it don't even have to be Tasha. Do you think I'm finna come and entertain anybody and tell what I know about this person that literally got somebody else to switch seats with them and take a fucking charge? Do you think I'm finna play with them? Do you think I'm finna play with them? Do you think I'm finna play with a person that done sat up there and allegedly, according to the assistant, conspired and came up with this whole plot that the friend tried to extort them and got people really believing this and whatever the case? Do you think I'm finna play? I'm not finna play with you, baby. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not. But anywho, in or around, they're saying November 23rd, they're saying Tasha conducted and recorded an interview with this young lady, whereas this young lady made various statements regarding Kevin and his family and the personnel and employees, okay, of his companies. Now they go on to say, notwithstanding the truth or falsity of any of the such statements, they said Maisha will only have had knowledge regarding such subjects as a result of her employment with Hart and Heartbeat. Now, for me, I'll be honest, it kind of makes me feel like y'all slick confirming that what she said is true. I understand y'all saying notwithstanding the truth or the falsity of the statements, but it's giving, girl, child. It's giving that a lot of what she said wasn't a lie, but let's keep going. Such information necessarily would have constituted confidential information as defined by the NDA, such as information regarding alleged personal relationships affecting the employment status of personnel at these different companies, okay, and subjects such as Kevin's interactions with his family members. The interview also included, they said, false and defamatory statements regarding Hart and certain legal disputes in which he had been involved. Now, let me tell you something, Aisha, baby. I hope that you have a new job, because you're finna lose, okay? I refuse to believe. But I hope that you have a new job, and I hope you're not an assistant or seeking to be one, because ain't nobody gonna want you working for that. I will be surprised. If they do, they definitely threw you a bone. For sure. Because I just don't see nobody, if you violated the NDA you had with him after he done paid you 90 racks, I just don't see nobody else really wanting to take a chance on you like that. But those are just, my thoughts. Now they go on to say during the interview, they said Tasha asked Maisha whether she was subject to any non-disclosure agreements which would have prohibited her from disclosing the type of information that was the subject of the interview. Maisha acknowledged that she and Kevin were in fact in the party of an NDA, but claimed that the agreement had unspecified loopholes that she could apparently contend and it would allow her to escape the consequences of violating her promises on the NDA. Basically, girl, you thought it was unspecified loopholes. What loopholes are you talking about? Not those loopholes, girl. That's not, no ma'am. You're done, okay? In or around November 23rd, an unidentified individual telephoned a Hart representative stating that the individual was affiliated with Tasha and that Tasha had conducted the interview with Maisha, and the interview included information or allegations that the Kibi representative claimed would be damaging to Hart's reputation. The individual stated that Kibi would publish the interview unless Hart paid a ransom of $250,000. Okay. On or around November 17th, that's when Tasha dropped the teaser for the interview. Okay. They said she, along with Maisha, touted the supposedly salacious and damaging nature of the interview. The teaser video clearly was intended as a threat to Hart that the more detailed interview would be published if the ransom was not paid. The teaser included a statement from Kibi at the 2:06 mark, okay, of the video. When you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. So I'm gonna have to see, girl, let me see. I'm trying to see, what did it say that for real? When you don't pay? Okay, let me copy this. Did they say that shit for real at the bottom? Girl, y'all are done. Okay, girl, I gotta look this up. Can I copy and paste this? Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can copy this. Cause I'm like, what in the dog hell? Okay, so the video was taken down. Okay, I bet it was taken down. So I was able to kind of go to this link that they have listed in the in this lawsuit here, in the documentation here. And it was taken down. So it looks like the video, yeah, it's no longer available. Now they go on to say the teaser included a statement from Kibi, and that's where they said, when you don't pay. Girl, that right there is heavily incriminating. That's crazy. Girl, not going from defamation to extortion. This is wild. This is wow. Hart and his representatives contacted the police and did not pay the ransom that Kibi was demanding. Now, on or around November 22nd, Hart's attorney wrote to Tasha demanding that she cease and desist all of her legally impermissible actions towards Kevin and that she refrain from publishing the interview. A true and correct copy of that cease and desist letter is attached. So we'll get into that in a second. Okay. Let's see what else. The cease and desist letter also advised her that Kevin and this young lady were parties of an NDA. So she's been notified of that. They go on to say that Kibi's publication of the interview would constitute intentional interference with contractual relations. So they're trying to sue Tasha because they feel like she intentionally interfered with their NDA contract that they had. I don't know the laws out there, but I just don't see him getting that portion. That doesn't I would like to know. I want to see the cases that they reference where a person was sued because they intentionally interfered with a contractual agreement or whatever. That's what I would like to see. But okay. On December 22nd, Kibi advised Hart's representatives that she would in fact be publishing the interview the evening. So she waited. So she got this on November 22nd. They sent her a cease and desist. She waited a whole month and then decided, F it. We ain't got no coin anyway. Might as well go ahead and drop the shit. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I gave you a month to come up with the coin. You still ain't come up with it. Well, we finna drop it like it's hot. And baby, it's giving it is hot. Whew, child, this is definitely messy. So, of course, first cause of action, civil extortion. The act of contacting an individual and threatening to make public statements about them in order to induce payment of money is extortion. Okay. Child, as a direct and proximate result of the acts described above, the plaintiffs have been damaged in an amount to be proven in trial. So this amount, like I told y'all, could go up. Kevin wants his $90,000 back that he done paid this girl over the past few years, and then some. Okay. Breach of contract. Yep. Plaintiffs and sheiks are parties to the NDA, which is supported by valid consideration, including but not limited to Hart's payment of $90,000 to this young lady. Okay. As direct, let me skip this part. Okay, plaintiffs have suffered damages, including without limitation, in the principal sum of $90,000 that Hart paid as consideration under the NDA, in addition to further damages in an amount according to proof at trial. So there it is. So there it is, right there. 90,000. Send it back, girl. You're so stupid. Like, I'm sorry, you're so dumb, girl. You are so dumb. You are so stupid. Who said that? Hide your kids. That's who said hide your kids, hide your kids, hide your what? Hide your kids, hide your wife, because they ripping everybody out here. Girl, listen, hide your kids, hide your wife, because Kevin's suing everybody. He's suing everybody out here, girl. You are so dumb. You are really, really dumb. Anyway. Intentional interference with contractual relations. This is what he's trying to sue Tasha on. At the time of the interview, they're saying Tasha was aware that plaintiffs and Maisha were parties to the NDA. They said that Tasha specifically asked about and they said that Sheikh specifically confirmed details. Okay. First of all, she confirmed that she does have an NDA. All right. And after the interview, they said Tasha was further advised that the two parties were to the NDA. What? After the interview, they said Kibi was further advised that plaintiffs and sheiks were parties to the NDA, that the subject matter of the interview necessarily constituted confidential information as defined by the NDA, and that the publication of the interview would constitute interference with the NDA. And I understand what he's saying. I understand that the NDA, that's what it's about. NDA is supposed to, hold on to, confidential information. But at the end of the day, I just kind of feel like she didn't sign that. Now, if it's extortion, I'm with you. You probably got her there. But she didn't sign the NDA. So why are you trying to? I don't understand. Like, that don't make sense. I want to see that. I have to see how this plays out. Despite being fully aware of plaintiff's contractual relationship with this young lady, Maisha, they said that Tasha continued to publish the interview. And then they said that after undertaking the independently wrongful conduct of making the extortionate threats described herein as a direct and proximate result of Tasha's actions, plaintiffs have suffered damages in an amount according to proof, needs to be proven in the court of law, including without limitation, not less than $90,000. Okay, so he wants her. He also, it's like he wants Tasha to pay $90,000, like no less than the $90,000 that he's gonna get back from this other girl, because she also not gonna be paying less than $90,000 should she lose the case. So he wants about $90,000 or more from Tasha and whatever else they decide in the courts. Because y'all know, like, Cardi B was suing Tasha for only 75,000. Well, once they heard the entire case, they decided, oh, you know what? Nah, girl, you was wrong for what you did. You showed no mercy, whatever, even in this courtroom. So, girl, it's giving you, all this lady $4 million. Right? So then that's what it's looking like to me with this situation. He don't want to receive nothing less than $90,000 from her ass. Whoo, shit. Girl. I hate it. Some of the matters shakes. Let's see. This one right here is invasion of privacy. So they're suing both of them for invasion of privacy. All right. They said that this young lady disclosed private facts. Private facts. When y'all say stuff like this, I just feel like the girl was never lying. Okay. Private facts, including but not limited to statements regarding personal relationships affecting the employment status of personnel at Hart affiliated companies and interactions among Hart and his family members. The publication of such facts would be offensive and objectionable to the reasonable person. Okay. The private facts published during the interview are not of legitimate public concern. What y'all mean by that? Not of legitimate public concern. Not of y'all concern. So y'all not necessarily concerned about what it is that she said. Maybe I could be misunderstanding that. Defendants' actions in publishing private facts regarding these plaintiffs were done with oppression, fraud, and malice. Now listen. I don't know about the oppression part, because I just don't see that. Fraud, is it fraud? Malice, I see the malice. Okay, with the intention of depriving the plaintiffs of their personal liberty, property, and legal rights, and otherwise causing injury. And such actions were despicable conduct that subjected the plaintiffs to unjust hardship and conscious disregard of plaintiffs' rights, such as the plaintiffs are entitled to recover punitive and exemplary damages in addition to all actual and statutory damages to which the plaintiffs are entitled, in order to set an example and deter such conduct in the future. Bitch, what? Girl, they is on your ass, girl. Girl, they is on your ass. Defamation. Girl, it's the prayer for me at the bottom. Therefore, plaintiffs pray for Therefore, Kevin Hart prays for judgment against the defendants as follows. To first cause of action for general damages according to proof is in excess of jurisdictional minimum for this court. We also pray for compensatory damages, Your Honor. And then we pray for the punitive damages too. And then in the second cause of action, Your Honor, we also pray for compensatory damages according to the proof. But we don't want it to be less than no $90,000. And then we also want her to pay for them attorney fees too. Okay? And whatever the cost gonna be for us to have to sue this bitch. Your Honor, we also pray for the third cause of action, and we don't want that to be less than 90,000 either. That's right. And we also gonna sue that bitch for the fourth cause of action, invasion of privacy. for compensatory damages according to the proof of the court, Your Honor. And then we want to get to the fifth one, which is defamation, because we gonna sue her ass for that too, Your Honor. All the causes of action, we suing this girl. Cut it out. Woo, I said, baby, not they put a prayer at the bottom of it. Okay, that's how I go into court. How good. I thought it was separation of church and state, but I guess that let me keep going. So then we have the confidentiality agreement here, where the woman has signed the document on a dotted line. Girl, you are done, bitch. Ain't no way I would sit up here and play with a person that then scam their way to get somebody else to sit in their seat, take a DUI charge, and then turn around and finesse, according to you. Come on, Tasha, according to you. Allegedly, according to you. Okay, finesse and say that they friend extorted them. I'm not gonna play with this man. And you done sat up here and signed your kindergartner's signature all on these documents, and then you gonna bring your ass down here 3 years later thinking that after them 90,000, he done paid you your 90,000, you ain't gotta be held accountable for nothing. Girl, he finna eat you up. And this here is the cease and desist letter that they sent to Tasha back on November 22nd. And it says, Miss Kibi, this office represents Kevin Hart. I'm writing regarding your recent and ongoing violations of civil and criminal law, and to demand that you immediately cease and desist all such activity. You have already engaged in criminal conduct and torturous acts that would entitle Mr. Hart to monetary damages against you should he elect to commence civil litigation regarding this matter. To the extent that you do not cease and desist now, your liability for such monetary damages will increase, as will your exposure to criminal penalties. Now, as you are no doubt aware, recently someone on Mr. Hart's team was contacted by an unknown individual who indicated that he was affiliated with you and your blogs. This individual, working at your direction, stated that you would publish a story on social media that you contend would be damaging to Mr. Hart's reputation unless Mr. Hart paid you $250,000. This, of course, constitutes extortion under Penal Code Section 518 and gives rise to both criminal and civil liability against you and anyone involved in your efforts to extort Mr. Hart. California's extortion law prohibits any attempt to obtain consideration from another through the wrongful use of force or fear. Penal Code 518. Your effort to extract payment from Mr. Hart by threatening exposure of information supposedly harmful to him is a textbook example. We have thus contacted the police and will be following up with law enforcement as we deem appropriate. Now, we understand the story to be an interview with Mr. Hart's former assistant, Maisha Shakes, that supposedly includes scandalous assertions. Did I say that right? Against him, okay? We know that Miss Shakes has a documented history with law enforcement in matters involving other high-profile individuals. Now, wait a minute, Shakes. Is that how you got your last name, girl? Because you out here shaking them down, too? Is you out here shaking the people down too, Shakes? That's just what I'm trying to understand, bitch. Cause not you out here with criminal history documented, ma'am, for other high profile people. So you know they're gonna pull your card and start dropping it come next week. Okay. That's what it's given. Now, they also go on to say, in advance of your threatened publication of the story, you posted a teaser with Miss Shakes on YouTube. Okay, which clearly was intended as a threat, sending a message to Mr. Hart's team that the more detailed story would not be published if and only if the ransom is paid. Your statement at approximately the 2:06 mark of the teaser video that when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary is particularly damning and leaves no girl. That criminal extortion was your intent. Okay. In In addition to liability arising from such criminal conduct, the threatened activity would constitute a violation of a NDA agreement, okay, between Mr. Hart and Ms. Shakes. That certain mutual release and NDA dated on October 22nd between those individuals. Now, while we do not presently know the specifics of the story that this lady putting out here, the subject of the story to which the YouTube teaser alludes would necessarily derive from information from this girl. And this is information that she gained while she was employed by Mr. Hart. And those fall squarely within the NDA definition of confidential information. Now, any such disclosures from Ms. Shakes in connection with the story therefore constitute a clear violation of the NDA's terms. Now, the extent that you were to facilitate such a breach of the NDA by publishing the story, you will be subject to civil liability for intentional interference with contractual relations, as well as aiding and abetting this woman with her torturous conduct against Kevin Hart, in addition to direct liability resulting from your own torturous conduct too. Now, we are aware of the fact that you have an established history of posting defamatory and otherwise improper content regarding celebrities and other high-profile individuals, too. So it ain't just Miss Shakes out here shaking them down. It's giving you, too. Because we know you like we know her. Okay? Now, for instance, most recently, you was found liable for civil damages exceeding $3 million, might we add, in a defamation lawsuit by Kandi. Now, you and your accomplices' actions with respect to Mr. Hart are more of the same, in addition to being flatly criminal as set forth above. Okay? Your history of such misconduct is further evidence of your intent in this case, leaving no doubt as to your liability here. Girl, this is a long ass. This is a long ass cease and desist. We also are aware that you recently filed for bankruptcy protection. And do you think we give a damn? You should be advised that under bankruptcy code section 523, debt incurred as a result of a debtor's willful or malicious injury to a creditor, here Mr. Hart is not subject to discharge. You will thus not be able to evade any liability for monetary damages to Mr. Hart that you incur as a result of the misconduct described herein. Do you hear me? Now, you can pour that shit with Kandi, but this ain't no motherfucking Kandi. My money is very fucking long, too. So you can try that shit and evade over there. We gonna invade on your ass. You understand? Let's keep going. In light of the foregoing issues, we demand that you immediately cease and desist all activity and public statements relating to the story, and remain from any publication or threatened release of the story. Now, please have your attorneys contact me to discuss this matter in further detail. Now, we know that the foregoing is not an exhaustive recitation of applicable facts and law relevant to this matter, and none of the above constitutes waiver of any of Mr. Hart's rights or remedies with respect thereto. Okay? So we own your ass. And we done asked you in this long letter to calm the shit down. Now you gonna make us have to get ugly, and we don't want to have to do that with you, ma'am. But you're not gonna play us out like you played Kandi. We gonna get our money in 2024 when we say we want it. You're not gonna have us wait. Period. So that's just pretty much what the attorneys had said over there to Tasha. They sent this long ass cease and desist. I don't even know if Tasha read it. It's given she didn't give a damn. She didn't care. And here we are. She is being sued now. Child, this is some messy shit here. I cannot take it. I can't take it. I would never want to be in them shoes ever. I ain't trying to break no goddamn stories. I'm trying to discuss and talk about them. Okay, now we could chit chatty, patty, waddy, but I'm not finna breaky wakey. No, ma'am. I'm not finna breaky no stories because they're gonna be trying to breaky the bank, and I ain't got it. Okay, for real. Okay. I ain't even gonna play like that. I'm not gonna be sitting up here giving out no story. But see, because every time when I think about the story, I'm kind of like, dang, but why is Tasha getting sued? You know, but then I'm reminded because of the extortion. Because of the quote unquote extortion. So if that indeed happened, you played yourself. In my personal. If that truly happened, I do feel like you played yourself. Now the NDA part, I don't see that going nowhere. I don't think it should go anywhere, honestly. Whether it's Tasha or anybody, I just feel like how you gonna hold them to a standard that, like, that's them. All she did was offer a platform for them to come on there and tell they bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But when stuff like this happens and you go back to posting this stuff, it's kind of, it do seem like it's similar to the Kandi situation. When Kandi had said cease and desist, and I believe Tasha said I'm gonna wipe my ass with that, and then constantly continue to post not so positive, videos or whatever. So with this situation, it's a little similar with them dropping this lawsuit and then going to your page and kind of doubling down by dropping snippets of that interview and then posting a photo of yourself sitting in his office and like, or his, production company, like, hey, I'm over here chilling, watching my interview, like unfazed by this lawsuit. Yeah, another lawsuit, another dollar that I ain't got. So what else is going on? We still going to 2024. Hello. So, I mean, that's not really good to me because I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know how much money this lady got, but it's giving horrible. And I just sometimes be wondering, like, what she be thinking? Because I feel like more people, I don't know if they, how I want to say it. I just feel like the brand is getting tainted a bit. Cardi B, okay, cool. Kevin Hart, Bishop, when Bishop was trying to sue, it was like, man, going on. Like, it was really on some, ain't nobody listening to you, sir. But when you have a Kevin Hart suing you, it's like, bro, on the outside looking in, to me, it looks like, damn, it kind of damages the brand a bit. Because who's next? People gonna make it a hobby to be like, oh, I'm finna sue Tasha. Up, I'm finna sue Tasha. Up, I'm finna sue Tasha. Like, it kind of damages the brand. I don't know. But I just wanted to come and chit chat with y'all a little bit, let y'all know what's going on with this case or whatever. It's just crazy. And then it's not even defamation because she ain't saying nothing. It's extortion. That's the thing. It's extortion. Like, it went from defamation to extortion. I mean, the only good thing I could give you is that at least she ain't getting sued on the same thing. You kind of learned a piece of a lesson the last time. So then this is a new lesson. Like, yikes. I hate it. It's crazy. All y'all have to do is not even make that phone call. It just dropped it, honestly. And just dropped it because it was going to be on that girl. That girl was going to end up getting sued because she was the one that signed the documentation. But the fact that y'all reached out gave him exactly what it is that if this is true, because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? They got to go to court and prove all of this stuff. So I don't know whether it's true or not. But if y'all indeed, hit this man up, y'all gave him everything that he needed to properly prepare to sue the fuck out of y'all. Yes, that's like blackmail. For sure. And the professional term, I guess, is extortion when you take it into court. Civil extortion at that. civil extortion, breach of contract, intentional interference with contractual relations, invasion of privacy, and defamation. Woo! Girl, he done put so much down there. He finna win something. I don't know what he finna win, but he finna win something. My Isha, baby, I hope you collecting them coins because he want all his 90,000 back. And I hope your ass didn't spend it too frivolously out here in these streets because he's gonna want that 90,000 back. And I definitely believe he gonna win everything against you. But see, here's the thing, y'all. This is what I'm wondering, right? So with him talking about this is defamation, girl, this is okay. I need an attorney that really tell me this. So if he's talking about this is defamation, so does that mean when they go to court, he got to prove that she lying? How you gonna do that? Well, she may not get a good enough attorney because I'm thinking if she had a good enough attorney that could pull in people and confirm that this was not defamation, you probably can't get that one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you sure you want to go to court? Because y'all finna let it all hang out, and I'm going to just let it hang out too. But I think he going to get her on that breach of contract. Girl, you is going to pay for violating that NDA for sure. But defamation, though, I would like to know what was defamed. And I would like to know what she lied about. I feel like this ain't the last we heard of this, because this is messy. But that's all that I got. I thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Definitely make sure that you guys are liking up the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, all that great jazz. I'm JamiThatsMe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and